Hey guys, welcome back to the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute with your host Alan Bishop, the Alchemist of Indiana's Black Forest. So for all those that are new to this channel, thanks for joining in. Big shout out to Jesse from Still It for having me on his channel and doing the podcast about absinthe and all that stuff. I had a great time doing that, and it's already brought in a ton of new subscribers, which is awesome. I will tell all of you that are new to this channel, same thing that I've told people from the get-go on this channel, like, I don't do a lot of fancy videography. I do all this on my cell phone. I do it for fun and because I enjoy it, and I enjoy helping people with the art of distillation where I can, when I can, with the knowledge that I have. I also learn as much from these videos and the questions that come in from these videos as you guys do. So as always, reach out to me, bishopshomegrown@gmail.com, the YouTube comments below, or via any of my social media. Go check out the website, thealchemistcabinet.com, where you'll find the store, which is called the Warehouse 1. You can order various different things distillation related from the warehouse, including my autographed book, a couple different DVDs we've done, various apparel, mugs, etc., and all that sort of stuff. But the main reason I wanted to check in on this very short video here today is because, A, to thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, B, to thank Jesse for being cool enough to have me on his channel, and I can't wait to see what he does with absinthe. I tend to think that distillers, as I said on Jesse's show, this is, for me, absinthe is sort of the distiller's thesis, right? So this is like the height of the alcohol distillation art in a lot of ways for me, or at least the way that I think of it. And it's something I enjoy playing around with. I put as much time, effort, and love into a single gallon of absinthe as I do any amount of whiskey and or brandy that I ever make, even if I'm making, you know, multiple gallons of it. And the expense is certainly more than any of the multiple gallons of whiskey and or brandy, etc., that I've made. So absinthe is not cheap. It's not easy. And that's what makes it fun. And I think Jesse's already had some fun trying to source botanicals where he's located at. But I think he's done a great job, and I cannot wait to see what he does with it. I hope to get to taste that spirit one day, and I've got some other absinthes for him to taste as well. So while I was doing that podcast, and it's been a little while back now that we actually recorded that and filmed it. You'll have to excuse me, got a little sinus thing going on here. But I was inspired to actually make another absinthe. I hadn't made one in quite a while. If you guys are new to the channel, you scroll down through the old videos, you will see where I made one of the, what I call an amethyst absinthe, which is colored with maize murato corn, which is pretty interesting. But I decided to work on a new one. So I wanted to also sort of push my limits as a distiller. And so what I did is I actually made 3 separate base spirits. I made a peach brandy, I made a peach and oat concoction, a split brandy if you will, and then also my normal malted roasted sunflower concoction, all of which were distilled up to 170 proof to use as base alcohol for absinthe. The other thing I did is I wanted to really push the botanicals as hard as I could, so we did 26 different botanicals in this absinthe distillation, which was an insane amount of botanicals in the tiny little pot still. We also colored it uniquely. You saw me look at my hand. It's because my hand is yellow from the coloration agent that we used. So I don't ever use artificial colors with absinthe. I don't think you should. I do think it's okay to color outside the lines, use some local botanicals, use some stuff that you might have that's culturally relevant to where you're located at. That's what home distilling and localized craft distilling is all about, is using what's available to you to put your own unique twist on a particular spirit. So just like with the maize murato coloration for the amethyst absinthe, you know, maize murato isn't local to me necessarily, but it is a corn variety. It puts a very unique American spin on absinthe and a unique coloration. So this time, however, we used marigolds that we grew this year. We got this beautiful yellow color out of it. Now there is still some residual stuff floating around in there because we just got done coloring this and I have not completely finished filtering it yet. You'll see that process in this video as well. But I do love that color. It's interesting, unique, different. It doesn't look like any other absinthe out there. It is not green. It's almost the color of like yellow chartreuse, but a little darker. So, in the words of Doc Brown from Back to the Future, Marty, you'll have to excuse the crudity of this model. I did not want to break out the absinthe fountain and do the whole slow drip and all that stuff because honestly, I'm on a little bit of a time crunch right now, and I just wanted to make a very short video to again thank you guys and then show you this really cool absinthe. So I have not louched this yet. Now I louched it as a white spirit and it louched wonderfully, but I'm curious if the color has any effect on the louche, so we're going to find out. We'll go right into our Pontellier glass, and the color's still obviously there in the Pontellier glass. I suspect that we could have gone a little darker, a little longer maceration, and gotten some more color out of it. I was really hoping to get like that really cool like calendula or marigold orange color out of it, but this is still cool. So No absinthe found today, no fancy spoon. I don't typically drink my absinthe with sugar anyways. If they're well made, a lot of times, and you like the taste of absinthe, you get to the point where the sugar just kind of overdoes it. So I can tell you this smells intense and amazing, and I will tell you a few things that are in here that are kind of unique. So there are marigolds in the distillation. There's chamomile in the distillation. There is honeysuckle in the distillation. There's all kinds of roots, including a pretty good amount of dried ginger, which I've come to really love in absinthe to get a little bit of that spiciness out of there. There is some homegrown aged wormwood that actually grew on my farm and aged for 2 years properly, and that really gives that aromatic component something very special. There's both spearmint and peppermint, but altogether 26 different botanicals, 3 different base spirits. I put a ton of time and effort into this. For what amounts to a little less than a gallon of absinthe, and I am going to enjoy every drop of this one way or the other. So, a little mason jar with some water in it, because again, we didn't want to drag out the fountain for this little short video. So, I also did not film the distillation this time because I have done that in the past. Absinthe is too hands-on. It's very hard for me to film by myself with my phone. I'm not good at this filming thing anyways, but I already saw some oils drop out of suspension there. And you know what? Maybe we should hold this where you guys can see it a little better. Oh yeah. You guys see all those oils falling out already? Look at that. Oh, and the aroma just bloomed like crazy. And you can see there's a little line of alcohol on top. So that tells you that you've not louched all the way yet. And that was a very fast louche. I know that there's absinthe purists out there watching us going, what the hell is this guy doing? Normally I do drip louche, but like I said, in the interest of time, we're moving through this. There's still just a little alcohol up top, not much. But look at that louche. Beautiful opalescent. It definitely has a little bit of a yellow louche to it. Wow. This may be my favorite project of all time. Oh man, that is so super fragrant and so bright. Homegrown lemon balm in there as well. I mean, honestly, just on the aroma, this might be the best spirit I've ever made. I wish I could put this spirit in front of the world, is what I would say. This might be a mic drop spirit for me. Cheers, guys. Love y'all. Hey guys, Alan Bishop back with the One Piece at a Time Distilling Institute, your source for all things distillation related, whether it be professional distilling or home distilling. So as always, reach out to me with your questions or comments, bishopshomegrown@gmail.com, and or any of my social media channels, and also the YouTube comments. Also go to thealchemistcabinet.com, and you can go to the store there and support the channel by buying our various apparel, merchandise, books, DVDs, etc. We'll be glad to help you out with that and ask any questions you'd like. So today we're just tuning in to show you what the actual amount of botanicals that go into a batch of absinthe is. So I finally decided to make absinthe again, and I thought I'd share that with you guys. It's crazy how much it takes. The amount of botanicals I'm about to show you, now bear in mind this is a very complex absinthe, but the amount of botanicals I'm about to show you is for literally macerating 1 gallon of 170 proof liquor. As you can see, it's about a gallon of botanicals. It's crazy what it actually takes.